Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your match reaction. Manchester United 1, Fulham 0. Look, we'll take it. Not a great performance again, but you know, a decent result. 3 points on the board, I suppose, is all you can ask for. Please do smash a like on the video, guys. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Any members, if you want to come on with us, the link is on the community tab. Join us, like always. We've got a few of the guys in. Obviously, the usuals, Oisín, Ben, and Chris are in, and we've also got Lawrence is joining us as well while driving. Keep your eyes on the road. But anyway, look, let's get straight into it. I'll go to Oisín first. What you make of it? You know, obviously good 3 points, but not a great performance again.
United played for maybe 25 minutes in that whole game.
Yeah.
Besides that, they were completely outfought. I wouldn't say outclassed, but they were outfought, and that's 90% of what wins football games. You know,
Yeah.
I can't pick any player that stood out. Well, the two players that stood out for United today were Maguire and Onana, and it's an indictment of how poor we are at the moment. That our fourth choice centre half, who we wanted gone all summer, and our goalkeeper. We're going back to the days of De Gea again, when he was keeping us in games, and we were cribbing about him when he was around. But it just goes to show that he wasn't at fault for it. It stows in front of him, and it's even worse now. Would you say of the back four today there was only one who would be a starter with Wan-Bissaka? The rest are all
probably
cover. You know, papering over the cracks. We'll take the points. Performance wasn't great, but you know, you get the win. But as I say, we played for maybe 25 minutes in that whole game, which is just not good enough.
Yeah. Ben, I'll give you next shout. What did you make of it?
I agree with Oisín. It's trouble in it when Onana and Maguire is the best players on the pitch.
Yeah.
The subs again, too late, weren't they? We all called it dead early. So just same old, isn't it? Yeah, we got the 3 points, but it's performance, innit? I'd rather lose and play well.
Yeah. Well, I think the majority of United fans, Chris, I'll go to you on this. I think the majority of United fans nearly this time or this weekend were hoping for an improved performance, more so than maybe 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an encouraging win. I mean, we take the win and we run, but it's not encouraging because we really should have dominated the game and we didn't. You know, we had a goal disallowed. I mean, I don't agree with it, but everybody else seems to think it was offsides. But even then, after that, we didn't have another chance. I mean, and that's that we didn't press enough to not press, but we didn't assert ourselves enough to take advantage of. We just got a goal. Granted, it was disallowed, but let's go after him. Let's keep on him. They've shown that a little bit of weakness right now, and we don't. And but and the other thing is, it's like what subs do we have on our bench that are really going to make a difference? We don't believe in anybody on our bench. Let's be honest. Like Martial comes on, and we all, Mount hasn't really done anything. And granted, you made a good point. He hasn't had a run of games. Okay, fine. But, who else? Palestri. Okay, he's pedestrian a little bit. He works harder than Anthony. He could probably be better than Anthony, but how much? No one really knows. He got a shot against Bayern, and he didn't really do much. What else are we supposed to do at this point? We really don't have any. We don't have any answers on the bench. We really don't.
Yeah. Lawrence, I'll go to you on this one. Like, what did you make of the disallowed goal? I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I don't know. Like, I'm trying to keep my United biased away from this, but I thought it was very harsh.
It was. He could have been a foul on Maguire pushing the back either.
Yeah.
You're going to look at it that way. Could have stood. But for me, McTominay and Ericsson don't work in the middle. Minamino should have been playing instead of McTominay, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, he played well in pre-season.
Yeah, I am surprised with that, you know, we haven't, you know, probably Kobe Mino hasn't played an awful lot. But Oisín, I'll go back to you on this one, maybe in relation to Christian Eriksen, because I do have a note written down here about him. And basically what I wrote was, is Christian Eriksen now a liability?
I said it the last game that we did a review on. And he's not a starter anymore. He doesn't start. I was praising him last season. I'll hold my hands up and say I thought he was a good player for us last season, but we weren't. I suppose last season's expectations were on the floor after the year we had. Now they're a bit higher with the season we had last year. He's a finisher. He's someone who comes on, like I think someone said it in the chat, that he's like a Mata. He comes on in the last 20 minutes, slows things down, puts his foot in the ball and controls the tempo. He's not able to do that from the start because he hasn't got the defensive capabilities. He looks a bit lightweight. He seems to be pushed off the ball
and players run past him very easily.
Gone. He's left for dust. And that's another thing. We have no pace in that midfield. Bruno and McTominay as well couldn't be considered lightning fast players. Yeah. And then behind them, with Maguire and Evans, there's no pace in the middle of the park, up the centre of the park. He is a liability if he plays from the start, but if he comes on with, as is Ten Hag's want, with 30 minutes to go on the 60-minute mark or beyond that, he's a calming presence, which is normally what we need at that time. But we play well in the first 20 minutes of the last few games that I've watched or that I've listened to.
Yeah.
And after that, we just go to sleep, go missing. People go hiding. And he's one of the culprits doing that. I don't recall him touching the ball from maybe the 25th minute on in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. Let me get down through some of the comments here, see what people are saying in relation to the game. Party Pooper, Adam says, I'll take 3 points any day. Finn says, our level is that of a mid-table side, so it's not a surprise. We are in a battle week in, week out. Let's see. Wild Shots says, if you consistently get 3 points, you can win the league. If you consistently play well and lose, you can get relegated. Easy to pick which is better. That is a good point, in fairness. It's all about winning at the end of the day. Party Pooper says, I'll take 3 points over a good performance anytime, but I'd rather both. Adam says he didn't pass a fitness test on. Oh, that's in relation to Rashford. Sorry. We'll skip over that one. Let's see. Dylan says, Eriksen looks like me father out on the field. Too slow. Seen it today. He's starting to give away a lot of ball, whereas last year he was creating chances. And Dan says, need to start giving youngsters more opportunities. Something needs to change fast, and just using the same players with the same tactics, if you can call them that, every week ain't going to work. John also says, Manchester United, I'm not happy what to go on for the dress phone because we need better coach that come in and make Manchester United. Yeah, that's about Ten Hag, I presume. So yeah, look, moving it on then, talking about a couple of things. I want to talk about. I go to Chris. I go to you on this one. I want to talk about Rasmus Højlund because he was not happy coming off that field. I think it's 3 games in a row now. He's got the curly finger to come off. But besides that, he looks like a very frustrated player on the pitch because he's from his own personal game. He's doing everything right. He's looking for the ball. He's working hard. He's not getting the service. Are we running the risk of ruining another very good player coming to Manchester United?
I don't think so. I mean, I mean, are we using him to the best of to the best of our abilities? No, but I don't think we're ruining him. You know, I think if we go in the next season and we're doing the same things to him, then yeah, my view would change at that point. But right now, we're just, you know, he's just, like you said, he's not getting the service. You know, everything's in the air to him. He's trying to battle it out. He's trying to win. You know, he's trying to hold the ball up and everything. He's making the necessary runs, you know, but, you know, I go back and I was listening to something and, you know, we were talking about it and, you know, we don't have, like, our wingers aren't, well, Pellistri maybe, but our wingers aren't exactly the wingers that you need to, like, play with him. Because our wingers want to cut in and shoot. They don't want to take the ball to the end line and cross the ball.
I think Garnacho did do a bit of that today now, but I think he's probably his final ball probably needs a little bit of development.
Yeah, it's true, but I mean, okay, so that means Garnacho's going to play and Rashford's not, but it's just I think it's we got to overhaul how we're playing at this point, and I think a lot of it, and I'll harp back on this, is the fact that we got away with Eriksen playing in the midfield last year because if you look at our defense, Martinez and people were stepping forward high and winning the ball, helping Casemiro out, and Casemiro was there winning the ball high, so it could afford us to play Eriksen. That's not happening this year because Maguire and Evans today, I mean, as well as they played, they're not stepping through and winning the ball high and putting the ball back into where it needs to be like it was last year. It's an entirely different way of playing. It's just like you said earlier in the watch along that we kind of abandoned playing out of the back because of the people that we have. Yeah. So now it's like, and I think that it really affects because you don't have Luke Shaw back there, you don't have Martinez back there, you don't have Varane back there from last year, and it's a different defense, and I think it affects our midfield so much more than people want to admit. And they're like, oh, well, it's only defensive players that are hurt. Well, it's the strategy of what the defensive players do and how they hold the line that allows you to have an Eriksen there that doesn't need the pace to get all the way back because they're play breaking, they're breaking everything up. This year, it's not happening. A lot more people are coming at us, and I think probably a big difference.
I think probably that's one of the reasons why Maguire is having such a good run of form at the moment is because we're playing a deeper line. We're not playing that old high line, or even last year's high line on the, on the halfway line. He's playing on the edge of his box for the majority of games now. And he is very good at that. He's good with the ball in front of him and he's good at, heading balls clear and so on and so forth. So I think for that reason, that's probably why, but I'm under no illusions. I think he was our best player today.
No, Maguire, I mean, no disrespect to him. He played well. I mean, but we all have to understand he's playing well in the defense, in the system that he's being set now. It's not the same as it was last season. So I don't want to go under the cloud of, oh, well, look, now he can play the same as what we want to do going forward, because it's not the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Ten Hag wants to play out from the back. He wants to play a high line, but we probably just don't have the capabilities to do it at the moment.
I mean, Maguire gets the ball, and like you said, he takes 7 touches before he decides where to play the ball.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Like, oh.
Yeah. That Guinness is repeating on you there, by the way.
Oh, mine's gone already. So I may have to go get a second one.
Yeah. So look, Ben, I'll go to you on this one. I'll go to you on this one. Obviously, another late victory. You would say that this could be a great morale booster, and could it potentially be a momentum shifter?
It could if it works in the right way and you use it the right way. I can't see it though. It's just attitude, isn't it? Like Højlund when he went off. I'd love to see it. He was happy to come off.
Yeah.
So that's what you need to see on the pitch.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And what do we need to do to turn this into a positive then?
Keep playing decent football. We need to get the ball down, play decent football. Like Anthony shouldn't be on that pitch.
Yeah. Talk to me about Anthony while you're on him. I mean, everybody is shaking their head. Everyone just went like that at the same time.
No, can't do it anymore.
Surely he has to be dropped now, Ben.
What can you say about him? Like you say, he shouldn't be nowhere near the pitch.
Yeah.
So, Palestra, give him a run. How often we said, give the young lads a run.
Yeah, absolutely. Oisin, what's your take on Anthony? I try and keep it as clean as you possibly can. I'll let you 1 or 2 ups there if you want. But, do we cash the chips in?
How long have I been doing these lives and I've been saying that Anthony isn't the guy for United?
Yeah,
he's too easy to play against, too easy to defend. He's a fair weather player. If things don't go his way, he goes missing. No defensive capability in him, has no desire to track back and win the ball. How many times today did you say that he gave the ball away and he didn't want to chase back looking for it? He just threw his hands up in the air or threw his hands down by side and just looked completely disinterested. I can't see Ten Hag benching him after what was said during the week. Ten Hag came out and said he's a fighter, he's going to come back. So Ten Hag can't bench him after saying those, not for a while anyway. And that's a shame because it means we're going to see a lot more of him in the upcoming games. In terms of giving youth a chance, I said it after the last live as well. Let's blood them in these games. We've got Fulham, we've got Luton, you got Copenhagen Wednesday night. These are the kind of games where we could afford to play some of the, maybe not Copenhagen because we need to win that, but Luton, you could afford to play some of our younger players there, give them a sense of first team football. I wouldn't play Palestri in front of Andy. I'd play Mount and give him a run in the game, but put Mount out on the right and leave Bruno where he is. There's no point moving Bruno out to accommodate Mount. And Anthony, it's time for Ten Hag to put his hands up and say, okay, we got that one wrong. He's not the first manager to get a transfer wrong. He didn't want to pay 100 million for him. Anthony didn't want to cost 100 million, but that's what happened. So he's got to live at that price tag, and he can't live up to it. Simple as.
I agree.
And his right leg still hasn't come through customs. We'll have to find it someday.
That old wooden right leg guy. Huh? Let me see what people are saying in the chat here. Highland needs support, says Dan. We need another striker up there with him. Well, that would be going back to the 4-4-2 that Oisín talks about. I would like to see, a Rashford and a Highland play up front together, with maybe bombing on wingers and maybe a three at the back or something, and that would fill out three in midfield. I don't know. I do understand what people are saying and the frustration that we're looking at the same shape all the time. But you look at the majority of teams now that do that, teams that win at least. Edward says, Ericsson only fits the equation when United have the conveniences. Conveniences, cohesiveness and understanding attacking as a whole. When we're getting into spaces, making those runs, controlling the games and tempo. Dylan says Garnacho needs more game time to improve on the final cross. Rashford not at the races this season, so give Garnacho his well-deserved game time. He's the main player and takes on defenses. I was impressed with Garnacho today. I thought he was very positive when he was on the ball. And like we said, he's still only 18. That end product will come. Finn says, swap Sancho and Martial plus cash for, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
Kvaratskhelia.
Say it again.
Kvaratskhelia.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I hope we don't sign him because I don't want to be saying his name in the fucking watch along. He has the toughness for the Prem and has United written all over him. There we go. Couple more topics before we go, lads. First of all, Maguire was my man of the match. Would you agree or would you go with someone else?
It's between him and
I'd say I'd go on Onana.
Onana. Chris has a smirk on his face.
I got to go with the match winner.
Yeah, well, he got it. He got the official man of the match off of BT Sports here as well. So,
I mean, I just have to go with that. And then, to chime in on the Anthony thing, I mean, what Oisín said is that, he needs to go to the bench here. He needs to go out on loan this summer. Because we're not going to sell him. No one's going to buy him. So it's like he needs to go away and maybe figure something out. But then I think you have to play Rashford. If he's fit, you got to play Rashford on the right. Let Garnacho stay on the left. Because I don't think Mount, it's like putting Bruno on the right. Mount really doesn't do anything on the right. He's not a winger. At least play a winger out there.
Yeah.
And that's my issue. And then if you want to play Mount, take Ericsson off and play Mount there.
Yeah. Adam is just after reminding me there that I need to do the official giveaway. So let me do that now before I forget it. We're giving away a free membership. Where are my memberships? There we go. What am I doing? I want to switch that to that. Talk amongst yourselves there for a second.
10:30 in the morning. I'm going to have another Guinness.
What time is it?
11 in the morning.
That's not too bad. I'd love to be going on the beer at 11 in the morning. It's not like it's not like having a bit of a buzz on when it's bright out.
Yeah, but you got to take the kids to the zoo today, so it's gonna be...
Oh, lovely. Right, that's that membership given away there. So best of luck to anyone who gets it. Let's see who has gotten it. If it shows up, I don't know if it will. Adam, there we go. Also, Adam asked and Adam receives. So there we go. Congratulations, Adam. That was not rigged, by the way. But yeah, appreciate that as always, guys. Anyway, look, I want to talk about Erik ten Hag for a minute. He is officially the fastest Man United manager in history to 50 wins. So I know we've got some criticism about him, and I think we're all in the same boat when it comes to, you know, our thoughts on whether he should go or stay. I think we all want him to stay. But Oisin, I'll go to you on this one. Talk to me about what kind of impact maybe he has had on the squad or on Manchester United, not even on the pitch, but off it, and where we need to go maybe to I think we all pretty much know where we need to go. But what's your thoughts?
Well, I said it last season when we had the end of year review that he's improved every player, or he had improved every player at that time. There was maybe 2 who hadn't fully bought into what he wanted to do at the time, but every other player had improved under his guidance. And I also said that his first managerial being the home home dugout close to the Stretford end. I just thought that was a genius move to do, to be closer to the fans. Well, we all know what needs to happen to help him improve, but it's not going to happen anytime soon, and that's get the owners out and give him the full backing of the board and go for his first choice signings every time and secure them for as much as they can. Is that going to happen anytime soon? No. But we need help on the football side from a football man, not a failed banker who's at United for a paycheck. And that's what's killing the club at the moment is that level of appointment. And it means that to paraphrase Eamon Dunphy, a real football man in Ten Hag is getting screwed over, and he's getting the ire of the fans, and it's not. Well, he's getting the ire of some fans, and it's not justified.
Yeah. I thought when you mentioned Eamon Dunphy there, I thought you were going to go, "It's a joke, Bill." Ben, I'll give you the next chat on Erik ten Hag. What have you been impressed with? Are you happy with him? Obviously, I think we all agree that he needs time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he needs time. He's a man for the job. Same as when you're talking about change of formation, I don't think he will.
Yeah.
He's the manager. I want to play this way. You get me the players to play this way. Otherwise, this is what you get. Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah,
So,
I agree with that as well.
And he's not wrong to do it, is he? So.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, Ten Hag.
I think we need to keep him. I mean, I think he can be brilliant for us if we support him, and that's the biggest thing. It's anybody. And I was reading an article, and what Pep said it like perfectly. Him, the director, the owners, they're all together in what they're doing. And once that happens, I mean, then your team's going to succeed. We're not there. Our owners are wherever they are.
Look, there's Avram behind you. Look.
Close to you there, close.
It's about that way. Tampa's that way. But I mean, we don't have that cohesiveness, and it's true. We need a sporting director, whether that's Radcliffe coming in with Paul Mitchell or whatever. I've read good things about him. I didn't know too much about him, to be honest with you, but I've read good things about him. And you know what? And maybe that sporting director is the right person to make us not pay so much money for certain guys, and really puts his foot down and says, no, we're not going to go here. We're gonna, this is where we're going to go, and this is. And it's not so much a transfer saga every time we want to go buy a player. Where 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and it's just like, I mean, it's hard. I mean, we had no preseason to play with Hoyland, none.
Sorry. Finn has put up the best comment ever. It's about Eamon Dunphy. Who have you managed, Eamon? I've managed to stay alive for 60 years, baby. Eamon Dunphy at his best. I don't know if you know about Eamon Dunphy, Chris. in America, or Ben even in the UK, just Google Eamon Dunphy's best bits. He's a pundit in Ireland. Well, he used to be. He's so funny. Anyway, go on. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's all right. But I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, if we have the consistency and the cohesiveness in the club, I mean, it's going to translate everywhere, and that's and you can tell right now. I mean, we had no Hoyland for the whole preseason, so we were playing with Jadon Sancho, for heaven's sakes, up at the number 9 during preseason. Like, we don't know what we're doing, and the team's not. And so now once again, we're trying to instill strategies on the fly.
Yeah,
and it's not and this. The guys don't practice as much as they should have or used to or anything like that, anymore. So because all the games, it's gonna take time, and that's what we need. And everybody, whether it's media that's driving the Ten Hag out or whatever, everybody,
of course it is.
Everybody needs to just shut up. I mean, and the perfect example is Arteta. He finished 8th twice, 5th once. In the 4th year, he finished 2nd.
But see, the thing about it is, especially with the 4 of us, we do all of our conversations on the internet, all right? And the internet is the worst fucking place in the world to be looking at people's opinion. If we were sitting in the pub every Sunday, you know what I mean, and we were, insulated from all of the idiotic comments, then, grand. But there are fans out there that, are jumping. Like, we've seen it already. And I'm never going to, say a person's opinion doesn't matter, because everyone has their own opinions and they're entitled to them. But what the fuck is Zidane going to do at Manchester United? Fuck off. You know what I mean?
Nothing. Like I said, I think if you're going to get rid of him, you're going to bring in someone like that, you might as well bring in Wayne Rooney, because he's done more with less than Zidane has. And Wayne Rooney would instill some fight and some passion into the players, because he's a legend at United.
Exactly.
Zidane
doesn't even fucking speak English.
He doesn't.
You know what I mean? Well, Wayne Rooney barely speaks English, but
but Zidane was given a championship team. He didn't have to do anything.
Exactly.
He didn't. He just had to kind of go out and play. And then when they started to break down, he left.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, boys, go on. Sorry, finish it.
No, I just think it's ridiculous, and we need to. I mean, the Glazers have to go, or they have to do what they're going to do, and then we can try to figure out what we're. And I don't know this whole $245 million in January thing. I don't know who put that out there, but
yeah. Well, the one thing I would say is, if the greatest manager in history took 5 years to turn Manchester United around, why should we expect Eric Ten Hag to do it any quicker?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think we leave it at that.
But the last thing is, though, Jack, is like, what if you look at everything that Ten Hag's had to deal with from this point back to the beginning of the season? What other changes could he have really done to get different results with all the injuries and what's going on and people available to him? Like, it's ridiculous.
He's like Anthony. He's playing on one foot. Come on, and giving them all to you. I'm trying to end here on a good funny part. You know what I mean? Shut up and let me finish.
I almost had hopes that Anthony was going to be better than Mudryk, but I mean, right now Mudryk may have it over Anthony.
Well, I think I was pretty spot on when I said, I think haircuts can distinguish whether a player is good or bad, and because both Anthony and Mudryk have terrible haircuts. Now let me just cover over my mustache while I say that.
Well, I want to see these two here when they shave their beard and they just have the mustache.
There you go.
Because they already have it. I don't know if we'll recognize them at all.
Yeah, Chris, you give me the kind of vibes there of your man from Orange County Choppers with the big fucking handlebars that come up around there.
Jack, let me tell you something. I haven't had facial hair one day in my life. I have to shave it because it's annoying. Because I just can't. It's going to be interesting at what happens in a month with this, because it never happens. It's awful.
Yes. And then to shave it off, then all you have to do is stick your head out the car window and it'll be gone.
Pretty much. I mean, it's a summer beard. It's summer here, summer there. It's just not. I would have to grow a mustache for 2 years to even get somewhat resembled. People would notice it.
Don't worry, you'll hit puberty someday. Don't worry.
I know. It's the worst.
Right, boys.
Not great.
Leave it there.
At least it's not great. It won't
Yeah,
be
well, that's
gray.
it. Yeah, I have spotted one or two little greys. Now, I won't
Yeah,
lie.
I want
Now
that
it's
bit.
just like this going, wait, I don't know what's going on there. You're hiding it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks for coming on as usual. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, look, 3 pints in the bag. Happy days. What day is today? Today is Saturday. Is today Saturday? Yeah, it is. We'll be back Monday night as usual, hopefully, and we get a couple of Football Manager streams in as well. But look, anybody else that's watching, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you want to come on screen like the guys have, become an official member. Link is in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll chat to you